This is a podcast called 25 Whistles, talking football, and they all wear a whistle. Yeah, it's stupid, but what did you expect? It's a podcast called 25 Whistles. 25 Whistles.
Hello, blow the whistle. I have five things. I have a list of 5 things. My most 5 thought about things that I made notes of. 5 notes I made from the weekend that have the number 5. Yeah, turn your microphone on.
Hello.
Thank you.
There we go. I'm here.
Get me started. We still have no air conditioner.
These are 5.
So I'm getting pissed you didn't turn your microphone on. It wasn't your fault.
I didn't do anything.
God
so there
damn.
are 5 things that you wrote notes about?
Yeah, I call this the top 5 things I wrote notes about in my phone, and there's 5 of them, so I'm going to do all 5.
Perfect.
It's a really weird name I came up with. Number 1 in no order, Dallas sucks, and the Jets suck.
Yeah.
But Dallas sucks, dang. Jets suck, ha. Sorry, Casey.
Yeah, because you don't expect Dallas to suck like this. And they suck.
No, I bet $1,500 or whatever for them to win the Super Bowl so I can win $24,000 because Eddie told me to. This will be... I'm irritable because the heat.
No,
this is
that's
going to
not
be
it.
2 years in a row that Eddie's cost me $1,000 last year and $1,400 this year. So we're at $2,400 because he's like, come on, man, do the Cowboys. Come on, man, do the Cowboys.
That's easy money. It's usually easy money.
That's 2 years in a row. It ain't meant so easy. So let me talk about point number 1, which, by the way, the Cowboys were up. I was watching.
They were up when? Oh, at the very beginning?
No, I think it was like 10-7.
They were down 3-0. Then they scored. Then they kicked a field goal.
I think they were up 10-6, 10-6, 10-7.
10-6.
Yeah, and I was like, let's go, because I bet them plus 5. I bet a little $500 on plus 5.
Well, that wasn't enough.
The 500? No, it's plenty.
Another plus 5.
No, 500 was plenty. So number 1, Dallas still sucks. Let's go. Dallas Cowboys are 3-4 on the season. They've lost 2 in a row. Dak has 10 touchdowns, 8 interceptions on the season.
8 interceptions. Good number. 8 interceptions. It's ridiculous. I mean,
What's the good number? I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm being ridiculous. So honestly, I'm seeing red right now. It's so frustrating.
No, that's because your eyes are hot, dude.
And it's hot in here.
Yeah.
It's just so frustrating to see him. There was a time where he would throw the ball down the field. And, you know, when you watch football on TV, you can't see the receivers down the field. So you're assuming, oh, this is a good look. There's probably a receiver wide open. And when the camera pans over, it's not. It's some guy, and it's a receiver in double coverage, and the ball gets picked.
Okay, can I
every single time.
Can I counter? And I don't like to counter.
But
because
you're countering just to counter.
I know
You
I
know
am.
it's true.
But I'm countering because I don't think he has anybody to throw to other than CeeDee Lamb.
Well, then don't throw the ball.
But they bracket him, and you can't just run the whole time. You can't. I mean, it sucks. And I'm not putting the Dallas sucking still on Dak because Dak can win games. We've seen it. It's not a Dak thing. It is they do not have the weapons. They just don't have them. It is a organizational thing. I hate to say it. It's a Jerry Jones thing.
I think you're right.
And I love Jerry Jones.
I think you're right. My brother-in-law has told me for years, every single time I go down to Texas for Christmas, he's like, dude, you know me. I love the Cowboys. Yeah, we love the Cowboys. Yeah. If they don't ever get rid of Jerry Jones, we're never going to win a Super Bowl. He's always said that. And I said, it makes me mad. We fight. We argue over Christmas. It ruins the holidays. But, yes, he's probably right.
But I don't think he's been right all the time. I think he's put him in positions to actually win playoff games, and possibly get to the Super Bowl. So I would argue, because I love to argue with your uncle, cousin, or whatever it is.
Cousin Jeff.
Yeah. I would argue that I don't think that's been accurate every year over the last 10 years. I think this year they're just in a bad spot. They've had the tools and the talent in the past. They just have not been able to get over that hump. I don't think Jerry Jones has been the issue the main issue until recently. They just have, they don't have a number 2 receiver. Their offensive line they have 2 rookies, and I will say our boy plays pretty good at center.
Cooper Beebe's doing great, man.
He plays pretty good at center. We got a little tackle issue occasionally over there. But the Cowboys are not good, and that sucks. And I'm going to lose all my money, and I hate that.
Dude, we may not even go to the playoffs, which is crazy.
I know. Maybe.
Like, we always go to the playoffs,
if the
and we
Eagles
lose.
Yeah, I know. I think if you can go 9-8, you got a shot.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Then you got to win more games. My other part here on number 1 is the Jets suck, ha. Not Casey. I feel bad for you.
Meet the Jets.
Meet the Jets. Meet the Jets. I do feel sorry for you because I know what it's like. Like I empathize. The Jets are now 2-6 on the season. They've lost 5 in a row. There's nobody else for Aaron Rodgers to blame. He has gone 30 games without a 300-yard passing game.
Can you believe that?
I
mean,
the Packers are better that he's gone now.
Yeah.
I used to just think maybe Jordan. Nope. I rooted for Aaron Rodgers. He's turned into douchebag number 1.
Yeah.
You know how the FBI or CIA, whatever, has like their top 10 most wanted list, and like wanted number 1, it's always somebody real bad. And you're like wanted number 6, and you're still bad, but they're still looking for you. Aaron Rodgers is douchebag number 1 in the NFL.
Yeah. Did you know that they called all 3 of their timeouts in the first quarter of the game yesterday?
I did not.
That's brutal.
I don't even know if that's like. I wonder when that's like the last time that's happened.
I didn't even watch
of.
part of it because I thought the game was just going to be over.
Yeah.
I didn't think much of it. So I wasn't going to spend because I think there were 8 games in round 1 or some
in the 1 o'clock block or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, because
There
every
was-
team played this weekend.
Right. No buys. Yeah.
First of all, I love when there are no buys, except I don't anymore.
Yeah.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's a lot.
I got DraftKings going. I got fantasy going. I got it.
Right.
It's too much.
There's a lot.
So and I can't keep up with it. So I didn't turn it on. I was watching it because I had the Jets in a parlay, and I didn't turn it on until like mid-4th. Red Zone would come on,
You're right.
but I didn't turn it on that game. And then I just got happier and happier. Even though I had them winning in the parlay, I just got happier and happier. Because douchebag number 1 is Aaron Rodgers. And I say that as somebody who used to really root for him. 3 weeks ago, I really rooted for him.
Yeah.
I have erred. Forgive
It's
me.
tiring.
Oh,
Yeah.
football gods, I have done you wrong. He's awful. I hate him.
Also, what's up with Greg Zuerlein still being on the team? Do you think he's got like some picks of
I did
Woody,
see
of
him.
Woody's
I did see
Woody
him
or
miss the
something like
kick,
that? I mean,
yeah.
it's like
That's
kind of
like
crazy.
3 games.
That's
he's
3 games now.
Pretty much lost.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
you know, you could say
No,
that
he
with
didn't
anybody.
lose,
but
and
I'm just-
Aaron Rodgers is what made him lose.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers probably went up to him and said some mean stuff about him.
yeah.
Probably said some conspiracy stuff in his ear and messed him
Right.
all
Right.
up.
The deep state is
Yes.
corrupted your mind.
I
Yeah.
will say this. I was watching Devontae Adams talk in the poster, in the post gamer,
Poster.
and he was like, Breece Hall had like 60-yard run and sideline didn't even react. He's like, what are we even doing here? Did you see that?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's the Jets. I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing. I think we have the same problem that Woody Johnson has to go because, I mean, I don't know. It's been my whole adult life. This team has found ways to lose games.
It's
you know?
bizarre. Let's separate ourselves from how bad the Jets and the Giants are. It's bizarre that the 2 New York teams are bad. Whenever they are both market 1, they should be the teams that are spending the money, making the smart decisions. Players want to go there in free agency because of the deal. It's bizarre that both New York teams are so bad. It's the same bizarreness how the Knicks were so bad for so long.
Yeah.
And when they finally go good, everybody's like, oh, my God, this is crazy. It is wild.
It's wild.
New York should not have consistently bad teams. Now, everybody has little pockets of rebuilding, but New York should not have consistently bad teams, just like Los Angeles shouldn't.
Right.
People should want to go there. It's wild. That's all. It's stupid. Cowboys suck. That sucks.
Yep.
Jets suck. Haha. No offense, because I was rooting for them. Now it's over. Rodgers was in the poster. He was like, I've been in dark before.
Yeah, exactly.
We
The
all
darkness.
know that
Yeah.
room he was in. Blah, blah.
Is
what
he
we
the
should-
biggest loser ever?
Yeah.
Like seriously,
Or
is
is he messing with
no,
us?
is he no, not even messing with us. Is he the most unlikable person in the history of the NFL that didn't commit a crime?
Yes.
That didn't
Right,
commit a
right.
crime. That's a good way to
that's
put
a
That
good
it.
would have
one.
been
Yeah.
yeah.
that didn't commit a crime. I can think he's
It's,
the most
it's
unlikable.
becoming that. Yeah.
And I liked him. Moving on. Number 2. As much as I don't like Aaron Rodgers, I want to give a Valentine to Jameis. He's awesome.
He's the man.
He's awesome. I mean, I forgot he won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Florida State. Yeah.
Literally forgot he won the Heisman. I don't think of him as a Heisman winner.
What do you think of at Florida State? What's the first thing that pops in your
Crab
head?
leg.
Crabs.
Yep. It's okay.
That overtakes the Heisman.
Just making sure we're on the same page.
What did you steal crabs?
Yeah, crab legs.
Yeah.
Jameis saves the day versus the Ravens and wins 29-24. And I'm telling you, I have so many clips that I had pulled. I'm going to play this one first. This is him giving another one of his memorable pregame speeches. Give it to me.
Opportunities come once in a lifetime. And with those opportunities, we have to make the most of it. Every one of us have an individual responsibility to go out there and fight for each other. represent the names on your back, represents the names that's on your helmet. Well, we don't got no big cap. So represent the Browns. All right, one play at a time. All right, together. All right, here we go. 7-1-3, 1-2-3, family. Let's get it.
So they go, and they play the Ravens, probably the best team in football. Although the Chiefs keep winning, which is hilarious. And let's go, run it. But the Ravens were probably playing the best football in the NFL, and so this happens at the beginning. His press conference after, when he's in a suit. No, his post-game talk when he's doing Eminem, hilarious. And the clips didn't transfer over, so we're giving up on him?
Yeah.
Hilarious. He was 27 for 41, 330 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm so happy for Browns fans because, one, I'm sorry you're a Browns fan. Take it from an Arkansas fan. Take it from a Cubs fan. It sucks to have a team, one, that ran away and left you, and then two, they just haven't been good. They just generally aren't good. And the one quarterback that won a playoff game, now you're watching him in Tampa actually win games.
Right.
That sucks for Browns fans. I hate that for you. I like this for you, that you're able to win this. And Jameis is awesome. Jameis doing a selfie video, leaving the stadium after the win, also hilarious. He's the most likable guy.
Yeah.
He is the antithesis of Aaron Rodgers.
Perfect.
Yep.
So I am pro Jameis. That's my number 2, 5 stories from the weekend. Number 3. This could have been number 1. I'm not doing it in any order, but oh my God, that Hail Mary.
Amazing.
And it's amazing on 2 fronts. The Hail Mary and the onside kick, we never get to see. And then when they do happen, we're like, oh my God, that makes the news. So first of all, Jaden Daniels, okay, boom, goes right, turns, goes left, turns. The Bears decided, I guess, to rush no one. They had like 3 guys.
Yeah, like 2 or 3
But they got tired. No, they got tired. Those 3 guys.
It was 3 against 5,
Yeah,
man. They were
and-
like,
And they got tired after a while because Jaden Daniels was all over the place. So he's running, freaking fires it. Now, what I did not see the first 10 minutes from when the play happened to the tip and Noah Brown catching it, that I saw 100 times afterward, was Tyreek Stevenson mocking the Commanders fans as the play. So they're like, Hut, and Jaden Daniels is dropping back, and he's like mocking the fans, like, it's over, runs back over to his spot, tips up, and then Noah Brown catches it behind him. So talking all that shit, and that's what happens. Not usually, because usually it's just knocked down.
Right.
But it's just hilarious that it was him who was doing it and him who screwed it up. Because everybody knows, on a Hail Mary, never tip, never knock up. The only thing you're trying to do is knock it down and forward and down. And I know it was up high, but I'll also say Noah Brown, I was watching him. This was not, because the Hail Mary was probably, 3 yards short, guys, would you say 35 yards?
Yeah.
I mean, he chunked it 60, 70 yards. I'm not sure what the distance was. In a lot of Hail Marys, they will have guys get down to the end. You have a few of you guys going up. One of you's in the back, one's on the side. This was not a Noah Brown get in the back play.
Oh, it wasn't?
No. This was it's tipped and Noah Brown was at the back of it and just kind of took a step back and caught.
It just fell in his hands.
It was I did not see it live.
It was beautiful.
I did not see it live. I don't know what I was watching. I watched football for 2 days and I had to give my wife something.
Yeah.
For me, it was one of those where I watched it live and everyone just wasn't in the room. Like, kids went to their room, wife was in the other room, and so I just rewound it, knowing what happened. Rewound and said, "Hey guys, this game's like down to the last
you
minute.
tricked them
We
with
need
the
to
final
watch
play.
this."
That's so baller.
Nice.
Yeah, they
dude.
came down like, "Okay, Dad, let's see. It's the Commanders, whatever," and they just watched and watched. And when it happened, they were like, "What, Dad? This is crazy!" And I was like, "I know it happened like 5 minutes ago."
I turned it off because I was watching Red Zone and they were like, "Oh, when it's the last game, they're like, you got to go to your
can't show
local
the
provider,
one,
blah blah blah." And I was like,
Yes.
"This game's over. I'm done." And then I go to watch the Sunday night game and they're like, "Check this out." I'm like, "What?"
I saw it on Instagram. I watched the beginning of it. Well, I watched the beginning of it because I did not know if Jaden Daniels was going to play because I missed whatever Hayes was going to play because of his
Right.
ribs. And they said he was going to play, and I wanted to see him and Caleb Williams play. But then I flipped it off because my wife wanted to watch something. And I owe it to her. And she didn't force me, but she gave me all Saturday to watch every game I wanted to watch. And she didn't bother me at all during the 11 o'clock slate or noon East Coast time. And this was the 3 o'clock game, right?
Yeah.
And so I watched a little bit of the other games at 3 o'clock, and I flipped it off. Chargers were at 3. I'll watch some of that game. But then I didn't. And then I saw it on Instagram, and I was like, oh, my God, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. So that was good. That's number 3. My number 3 story. Number 4. Is Texas good? The answer is Kind of. So they played Georgia and they were exposed. They really hadn't played anybody leading up to that. And I don't think Vanderbilt's bad. But if you were just to look at athlete v. athlete on those two teams, it's not the same in any way. Vanderbilt is playing way above their head. That's awesome. Like Coach Lee has them playing their freaking guts out as a team. That Diego
Pavia,
yeah.
that dude signed me up. I don't even know what for. I'm signing one of those lists when I'm walking by, and they're like, "Will you sign this on the side of the corner?" And it's like, "This is it," and I'm like, "Sure, whatever. What's it for?" Diego Pat. What to do? What doesn't matter. I'm signing it. Like he's a baller.
He's who you want to play for.
He gets hit so hard. He's made even his plays. Like there was a play. It was like 4th down. He had to just make a throw because it was done. They said he just chunks it up in the air. They didn't catch it, but like he's even thinking, okay, the best thing I can do is throw a ball up in the air and hope that there's. And it didn't. It was not good. Texas intercepted it. But like he's doing stuff. He's doing every little thing right, and he's also like sacrificing all of himself in order to make it happen. He's a baller,
Mm-hmm.
and I got to think Coach Lee was not. I think he may have been a bit disappointed because they didn't win that game. But I think you go into that locker room like, guys, F yeah. Like you gave the freaking Texas Longhorns, every player was recruited higher than you. Every play. How many stars you got? Let's add up all the stars. They're 3 times as many stars, like literal recruiting stars.
Yeah.
Like, and this is what you did.
They're backups.
Like, yeah. Like, this is what you did. Like, did we get lucky versus Bama? People said we did. Did we get lucky versus Kentucky?
Kentucky, yeah.
People said maybe. They don't say that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
This was awesome. If I were a Texas fan, I'd be a little bit embarrassed. You happy for a win. Never apologize for a win. And that embarrassment goes away after 2 weeks. Arkansas's won some games that I'm like, oh, God, I'm kind of embarrassed by that. 2 weeks ago, it's just a W. Who cares? But I think if I'm leaving that place, I'm Texas, I'm like, oh, my God, we might not be as good as we thought we were.
And Quinn Ewers started great.
Yeah. He threw 2
Was
picks.
he 10 for 10 to start or something like that?
I don't think there's a question anymore about who their quarterback is, by the way.
Yeah.
I think that was shown. Mike, I should ask you. You were at the game. You're a Texas fan. Your thoughts?
I felt sick to my stomach the entire time. I started getting visions of losing that game and having to leave that place. I was going to feel so embarrassed. It should not have been that close.
How did you feel? You won. How did you feel?
I don't feel like we won. I feel like we just survived Vanderbilt. Like,
yeah. Well, surviving in 2 weeks, surviving still a W on the schedule doesn't matter anymore. I get it because I feel that way all the freaking time too. But you won.
like it's still a win, but like it didn't feel like a win because they
Right.
were like on us and they were gonna crush us.
Man, they do so much. Because when people are like eye control, I'm like, I don't even know what the heck's eye control. One of my eyes didn't even work. I don't even know eye control. But with Vandy, you kind of see what they're talking about because they run so much. What's the word I'm looking
RPO?
for? No, well, sure, like run pass option. But I'm talking about like,
Read
give me another word.
read option.
No, give me another word. Like it's not tricks. It's not tricks. It's like I come back to that word, but it's the
Treats.
Audible.
word. No.
I don't know what you're
Misdirection. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you to nobody.
That was my next
I had
one.
to get
That was my
there.
next one. That was my
Nobody
next one.
help me.
That
Misdirection.
Yep.
But misdirection is not a trick play. Like consistent misdirection. Let's go. Would you mind looking at Vandy's remaining schedule?
Yeah. Did you see Diego Pavia's family in the crowd? Hilarious.
I don't think I did.
One of them, I guess he got a brother that's a firefighter. A brother also lives in New Mexico.
Were
but
they
one had their
shirtless with
shirt,
cowboy hats?
yeah, shirt off, cowboy hat on,
Oh, I
big
saw
gold
that,
chain.
dude. I didn't know that was.
That's his
That's his
family.
family.
I
Yeah.
thought that was Eddie's family.
The same.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
We're all the same, dude.
My bad. Hey, speaking of which, is he a senior? Because
Let's
that'd
see.
kind of suck if he was.
I know.
Because Vandy kind of struck the old gold there by getting a guy that's a dog that nobody wanted. It's hard to do that 2 and 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
But if you'll give me the schedule, and I'll come back to you at the
Yep.
very end of this,
Okay.
and if he's a senior.
They play at Auburn.
Oh, he's coming now.
Yep.
Okay, Auburn did beat Kentucky. Auburn is getting better. Hugh Freeze is a garbage can, just in general.
Nobody wants to be that.
Hugh Freeze is a garbage can. A garbage can that even if there wasn't a bag in it, I'd take a dump in it.
Oh,
Jeez.
my.
Tell me how you really feel.
That's not even a garbage can with a bag in it, because I would at least respect the bag, because you could pull the bag out and throw it away. I'd take a dump in the garbage
Just straight
can.
in the can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Straight
garbage.
trash.
Are you still mad at what he said a few weeks ago?
Yeah, it's the stupidest thing I've ever
Okay.
seen.
Okay. Just making
You
sure.
don't
Like anything
say
else
that.
happened.
It's a loser thing. It's a loser thing to say.
Yeah.
Well, 9 more times out of 9. Even if you believe that, and maybe it's true, it's not. But maybe it's true. You don't say that. Yeah, I'd pick a dump right in there with no bag and make them wash it out with a water hose. What is it?
He's a fifth-year senior.
That sucks. No COVID year?
Probably already used it.
As a 5th year? If he had a red shirt?
Because usually that's a
Yeah, I
6 year,
guess.
right?
Because it's possible. How long ago was COVID? I don't remember.
2020.
4 years ago.
Possible.
Possible. And then they play at home against South Carolina.
Okay, hold on. We get Auburn.
Okay.
Let's just anything close. We're gonna say win, even though we don't really believe it's a win. We need to be close. Where do they? They go to Auburn.
Yeah, at
I
Auburn.
hope they take a dump in his trash can. Number one, what's a win?
Okay, South Carolina at home,
That's close. South Carolina ends up being they're fighters.
and then play at LSU,
That's a tough Baton Rouge. That's tough.
and then they play the Vols at home.
Oh,
That's
that's fun. You know what though? That's like a rivalry game for a team that might have a little rivalry in them.
Yeah.
So I think they'll probably go 1-3, but there's an outside shot they could win 1 or 2. What's the record right now?
They
Are they 5-3? 4 or I'm total Vandy. I'm anchor up, anchor down.
Anchor down.
I'm both, dude.
Oh, up and
That's what
down.
I'm telling you. I go up and down.
Interesting.
I pull the anchor up and go on a freaking boat ride. Then I put it down.
5-3.
Awesome. What are they in conference? 2-2?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Even if they don't win another game.
I mean, they're ahead of Florida, South Carolina,
They're
Oklahoma,
building.
Auburn.
They're
that's awesome.
building. So is Texas good? Okay, let me rephrase it. Is Texas good? Yeah. Is Texas great? I don't think so. Texas remaining schedule. Florida, that's a win. Arkansas, I'm going to tell you. I'm not predicting Arkansas win because you know me. I'm not going to do. I don't just pick teams but I'm going to tell you that game is if we're able to beat Ole Miss, batten down the hatches. Because we will play harder for that game than any game in the history of our games.
Texas?
That's Big Brother, dude. We hate them.
You guys look good the other day.
They're richer than us. They're bigger than us. They have more money and they're at facilities. They got it. They don't marry their cousins. They do it all. But we will show up for if we lose bad to Ole Miss, we may not. Oh, yeah, we play Mississippi State. Mississippi State. Us 5 could beat Mississippi State.
I don't know.
They did play decently against Georgia.
Yeah.
No,
And at least it wasn't close, though. You guys killed
dude,
them.
we ran Mississippi State.
And your quarterback, what, 6 touchdowns or something?
I think he threw 5 and ran for 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
But they suck.
Not bad.
But I think they are going to be a little better next year, excuse me. Then they play Kentucky. They'll win that. And it's Texas A&M. I think they'll win that too, if I'm being honest. Although it is in Kyle Field. We'll talk to Brandon Marcello about that. But I do feel like Arkansas is a toss-up. Texas A&M is a toss-up. I think Texas has a 40% chance to lose another game. I think they're favorites to win all 4 of them. 40% chance to lose another game. 15% chance to lose 2 more.
That's the math.
Meaning I'm doing it's like the ESPN thing that gives you the percentages. That means
The
nothing.
next gen stats.
Yeah, that's what I'm giving you right now. Yeah, so there you go. Is Texas good? Yes. Is Texas great? I don't think so. Number 5. I thought I would like saying this more than I do, but I don't. I thought I would love to make this point just because of what I've been put through over the past few years. OU is not good. They're so not good that it makes me sad. Because, not for my wife, because she is often compared our coaching staff to 2 kids in a trench coat.
Oh.
You know how you have 2 kids sitting on their shoulders in a trench coat calling plays?
Yeah.
She's like, you have 2 kids. I got to.
See, that's funny.
That's hilarious.
Oh, my wife's way funnier than I am. So I don't really care.
And the kids are calling the plays.
Yeah. She's like, you just put a little hat on them. It's 2 kids in a trench coat just calling whatever play they like.
Awesome.
So I don't mind it that they're not good for her. But, like, I love my father-in-law, and I hate that it makes him sad because I know how it makes me sad when Arkansas sucks. And I'm glad they did not come into the SEC and just wreck shop, which is what I'm hoping Texas doesn't quite do. But they're 4-4 on the season, which is okay. You're like 4-4, it's fine. But SEC not good. They have lost 4 out of the last 5 games. They're ranked 13th in the SEC. They have no offense.
Yeah, it's bad.
They put all their eggs in the Jackson Arnold basket.
Mm-hmm.
And then they benched him. then he says nicely to the staff, "Hey, I'm here for you, but you've benched me. If I play over 3 or 4 games, I lose my red shirt, and I would like to not use my red shirt." And so they had that other freshman quarterbacks playing, and he sucked. So they took Jackson Arnold, put him back in, lost his red shirt. Oof. And he doesn't have one at all because he played last year a little bit. So I don't like that for him. They're not good. Venables got an extension last year, and I was here going, why? He hasn't done anything. He can play one more year and give him an extension. I don't like that they're so... I can't believe I'm saying this because I really thought I'd want them to lose every game. I root for them, and it makes me sad because I care about my father-in-law, and I hate that he's sad about it. And I was texting him. I was like, "What?" And he was... I got to... Remind me to tell you the Bear story.
The Bear?
Yeah, I'll get to it in a second.
Gotcha.
The remaining schedule, Maine, they should win that. Missouri, toss-up. Missouri kind of sucks.
Yeah, especially if Cook's out for a while.
Even if Cook's in, they medium suck.
Yeah, they aren't very good.
Alabama, they'll lose. LSU, they'll lose. So they're looking at 2...
You think you would enjoy it more if they were at least competitive?
I'm just glad. Okay, I know what it is. They're not better than Arkansas.
Oh.
That's all I need them to be. I want them to win games. I just don't want to be better than Arkansas. That Oklahoma State game we lost, guys, pisses me off.
Still, that like week 2?
Yeah, that was a while back, man.
Dude, it's...
You still mad?
On fire.
Could it be the heat in the room or just...
Fireball. Okay. It's so stupid we lost that game. Our season would be so different if we had... That's not just a game you lost. It's a game we gave away. We said, who wants a ticket? Who wants a ticket to embarrass us? Oh, Oklahoma State does. Have this free ticket. It is awful.
And all of a sudden, they're not very good at all.
They were never good. That's what's so bad about it. They suck. The Texas A&M game bothered me a bit because we gave that game up in the second half. No,
Yeah.
it wasn't even they came and just played amazing. We committed. It doesn't matter. But at least Texas A&M's good. Oklahoma State sucks. And I like Oklahoma State, and I like their fans. Heck, I liked them better than Oklahoma until I guess my father-in-law said.
Right.
So those are my 5 things over the weekend. Arkansas won. That was good. All right, let's do this. Our parlay. Who lost?
That was probably me.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see.
I had Illinois plus 22.
Plus 21.5. Yeah. So
what was it at? What did it
Kevin,
finish
you
at?
hit
Mm-hmm.
Notre Dame minus 13. That was the easy one. That was over from the beginning.
Yep.
I knew Alabama
job.
was just going to crush Missouri.
Yep.
No doubty about it. And then Eddie.
I thought that Illinois would cover that.
Yeah, I thought they would too.
I didn't, but I didn't think it'd be as bad as it was. And you can go back and hear me say I think they're going to get run. There's a lot of points, but
Did Illinois score 3?
9.
9. Okay.
It was ugly.
And like Oregon went up, and then Illinois scored, and I was like, okay, at least maybe they can cover.
Right. That's all we needed.
And it was kind of close, but
It was ugly.
yeah,
So
Sorry, hey, that was on me. My bad. That was on me, guys.
all good.
that's all right. Let's do DraftKings Pick 6. We like to pick these. Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app. Use the code BobbySports. So this is all about selecting a player and seeing if they'll have more or less of stats. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, more or less than 200 passing yards.
Less.
Oh, I'm going to go more. I think they're playing the Giants, and I think Russell Wilson is not Justin Fields, and I think he actually looked, I'm going to say it, okay last week. I think it gives that offense the ability to have a dimension it did not have under Justin Fields. It takes one away, too, where Fields would just run. But I think Russell Wilson, listen, I'm not acting like he's going to win the Heisman because you can't in the NFL. Okay?
Right. You can't do that.
You
That's right.
can't.
That trophy's not in the
You
NFL.
cannot do it.
But George Pickens, too, like catches anything.
Yeah,
That's
but
the
George
thing. Russ
Pickens
can put
also.
up a beautiful floater. That's the thing.
The moon ball.
Here's the thing
Right.
about Pickens, though, and I like Pickens. Pickens is awesome. He holds that ball out to like a loaf of bread, and he flips that ball.
Yeah.
Like it always looks awesome, but the one time that thing goes fumbling like crazy. Okay, so Russell Wilson, I'll go more than 200. Daniel Jones, more or less than 9 passing. I'm just kidding. It's under.
Under.
I'm
less
just
than-
kidding. Daniel Jones, more or less than 188 passing yards.
Under.
I'll go over.
Oh, man, what it is?
No, you know what? That Pittsburgh defense is so good.
They are, but they do have neighbors back.
Malik Neighbors, more or less than 67 receiving yards.
Ooh.
You would think more, but then if Daniel Jones only throws for like 15 yards,
That
how does he get
offensive
60?
lineman that went down for them, Thomas or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's
I
true.
don't know, man.
TJ
There's
Watt's
be a
gonna
lot
have
of
a-
pressure.
Are you guys going under on everything? It's gonna be the worst game ever.
Yeah.
It might be.
Hey,
It ends 3-0.
I'll be watching the World Series.
Let's go.
You 2-0, right?
Yeah. Go
I have-
We're coming
Dodgers.
back,
I
man.
have
We're coming
I have
back.
friends that bought tickets to Game 5, and so now they
Okay.
could do the next 3 in New York.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Please, God, I just win one."
Yeah.
Because I bought tickets. You get your money back, but he's like,
But you want to go to the game.
"Of course, you have tickets." Download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app. Use the code BobbySports. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help's available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. 1 per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable Pick 6 credits that expire in 30 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. Let's start with Brandon Marcello. You can follow him. He writes for 24/7 Sports. He's my favorite. He's awesome at writing and talking, and you're going to hear from him here. And at Brandon Marcello on his socials. Here he is to talk college football. Brandon Marcello. Brandon, hello, my friend.
Howdy, Bobby.
Hey, I want to start because I watched a lot of football. I wonder how much football you actually watch. Like, real life question, what the heck are your Saturdays like?
If I'm not on the road, I'm at home like I was this past week. I watched football from 11 a.m. till 1:30, whenever Washington State and San Diego State ended. So I was glued to the TV all day.
Do you do things, though? Because I feel like I do it as well. I definitely select the games that I like, and I have YouTube TV, and I'm patching things together. But, for example, and this is not great based on how this game ended, the LSU-Texas A&M game, at halftime, I was like, this game's over. I'm going to go take a break and just kind of get away because there's no way that – do you ever walk away and then come back and be like, oh, my God, or do you just commit?
I try to commit as much as possible. I try to put on every game that I have available to me. So I have as many as 9 games going on at the same time, either through YouTube Multiview or through another account I've got. I've got a large widescreen computer screen. I got a couple of TVs around me. I was flipping back and forth from the main feed between that game and Penn State, Wisconsin pretty religiously. But there are some games that I'll put on in the background that I'm not paying a lot of attention to, which admittedly this week ended up being SMU Duke, which ended up being an incredible finish just because it was just kind of an ugly game. But I try, people say they watch all these games, they know exactly what's happening in everyone. It's impossible to do so. But I'll tell you what really helps me is Twitter. Like whenever something big's happening, usually you get an alert from someone like 30 seconds before it's on your TV, so you can flip over and watch the play develop after the fact. So that's kind of great.
I do want to start with the LSU-Texas A&M game because, again, the game seemed over at half, and I am a loser, and I chumped out and was like, I'm out. It reminds me of the Alabama-Georgia game earlier where I was like, I'm out, and then I look and see like, oh, my God, the game is flipped. But Texas A&M ends up winning that game, and we've seen their and Elko seems to be a genius at quarterbacks because Wegman was benched, Reed comes in and leads the comeback. I don't know who's the quarterback there.
Marcel Reed, he should be the quarterback moving forward. In fact, back in week 3 when Connor was injured and they went on the road to Florida and they started Marcel Reed, I thought it was clear then, like, this is your quarterback, Marcel Reed. Keep him out there. But when Connor got healthy, they brought him back after a couple of weeks. The offense kept going and they kept winning, including a big win against Mizzou at home. But you just knew Marcel Reed, because of his duality, added a different kind of spice and flavor to that offense. Coming off the bench against LSU, his first 3 drives, he rushes for touchdowns, turned that game around entirely. And it put a lot of pressure on the other quarterback, Garrett Nussmeier for LSU, who a lot of people think might be the best quarterback in the country this year. And he suddenly just forgot how to play the position, throwing 3 interceptions, looked lost out there, looked like he was seeing ghosts at Texas A&M. An incredible game. I mean, LSU had won 104 straight games when leading by 10 points at halftime and end up losing by 12 in a game that really wasn't even that close in the second half. A&M just absolutely dominated. A&M has got to stick with Marcel Reed moving forward because it makes him so much more dangerous moving forward as a potential SEC champion this year.
So Elko's press conference after, I did watch that, and I'm not sure how much of it you caught, but he was like, "We're a real program. We're not Who was that shot at?
Maybe perhaps his predecessor, Jimbo Fisher. I thought that was very interesting to say the least. Elko's not the type of guy to just absolutely call someone out or even do so underhanded or backhanded, however you want to say it. But that was directed at Jimbo Fisher and the way he handled that program in previous years. And he came over and took over that program this past spring and summer. And it was so much drama in the back end there. And he was all like, listen, we're just going to shut our doors here. We're just going to go to work. We're not dealing with this stuff and how good we could be or anything like that. Don't go talk to the media. Everything's going to be in-house here. And sure enough, that plan has worked for him. And, Mike Elko is a Jimbo guy. He worked for Jimbo there previously as a defensive coordinator. But I was still surprised that he would go that far and just say that out loud. But that's what happens sometimes. That's why this sport's so great, because you're caught up in the moment after a big win like that, and you start saying the quiet part out loud.
I was hoping it was Sark, though, I'll be honest with you, because I was like, surely it's not Jimbo. He worked for Jimbo. I was hoping it was Sark, just getting it ready for that final week. But let's talk about Texas for a second. Vanderbilt, they don't stop. It was a really good game. It was closer than I think Texas wanted or expected. I'm starting to think Texas is a fraud.
Really?
I mean, it's Vanderbilt.
I was actually kind of impressed by the way Texas played in that game because Quinn Ewers throws an interception early for Texas. Vanderbilt goes and scores. And then what does Quinn Ewers do? He almost breaks the school record for consecutive pass completions, then leads them to 3 straight touchdown drives to take a lead. Of course, Vanderbilt was going to battle back. You knew they were going to, especially in Nashville with Diego Pavia at quarterback. But I actually was very impressed by the way Texas responded after the way that game started. That was my main takeaway from that. Now, is Texas a top 3 or top 4 team? I'm not so certain about that. That's why I've got them ranked lower than maybe a lot of people. But right now, I mean, coming out of that game, I actually kind of feel a little bit better about Texas.
Well, I'm coming from an anti-bias. I hate freaking Texas, so I think Texas is a fraud all the time, every year. And I think, and this is really just a compliment to Vanderbilt, I think they're playing way above their means. I think that they don't have the horses that Texas has, and I think that offense is also pretty cool because it's all misdirection all the time, but not even quite like Navy misdirection or Vanderbilt is playing as good as they possibly can with what they have. It's exciting to see. But the fact that Texas didn't run them, fraud, super fraud. I hate Texas, so I'm sticking with super fraud, Brandon. Texas has nobody else really to play, though. I mean, they play Arkansas. They play Texas A&M. But, okay, if I'm taking my bias out, they should beat Arkansas. Can Texas A&M, do you think they and the Texas game, do you think Texas A&M can play with Texas?
Oh, yeah, I think so. And that game's in College Station. I actually kind of wrestled over the weekend about whether I should put A&M above Texas in my rankings at this point, just because A&M looks so much better consistently week to week as far as just improvement. And now they've got a difference maker at quarterback in Marcel Reed that I think actually makes them better from what we've seen in previous weeks. And that game being in College Station later this year maybe gives the edge a little bit to the Aggies going forward. A&M just, again, they've been working quietly in the background, not a lot of hype around them, yet they just keep winning.
Well, stay SEC. Mississippi Ole Miss almost lost to Oklahoma as far as first half. If the game ended in the first half, that's ball game. It doesn't. Oklahoma kind of sucks. But Ole Miss, I don't know. I guess I'm not as bullish on Ole Miss as I was when the year started. Are you?
No, I'm not. Offensively, they get just enough done to get things done, but, they're not as explosive as they were earlier in the year. Defensively, that's really what's carried them, and that's what carried them in the second half against OU. They shut them down. They can slow the run. They got one of the top rush defenses in the country, but they kind of freelance a little bit, as one of my buddies, Cole Kublik, has put earlier today when he was talking about Ole Miss's defensive line. They kind of just don't play assignment football at times, and they're talented enough to slow teams doing that. But at some point, it's going to come up and bite them. It's already bit them twice this season, but you can't do that against higher-tier opponents, and obviously OU's not one of them, so they were able to escape out of there with the win.
I become biased once I get to know a lot of these coaches. Some I do like, some I don't like. But I like Elko a lot. Didn't know Elko. Spent some time talking. Like, I love that dude, so it makes me root for Texas A&M. I also like Drink. However, sometimes he can do things on the field that makes me think he's a big chump. For example, they get run by Alabama. I expected that. Obviously, they didn't have their quarterback, but it was almost Auburn-esque earlier this year when he's like, if we play Arkansas 9 more times out of 9, we beat all 9. At the end of the game, you can see Drake take his headset off and go, you're lucky we didn't have our quarterback. And I'm like, do you really need to say, like, everybody already knows that. Do you need to say that on the field? Like, I like Drink, but I did feel like that was kind of a chump thing to yell. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get run even with Brady Cook out there. Mizzou's problem hasn't necessarily been a quarterback with they're dealing with injuries right now. It's just that they, at running back, they missed Cody Schrader from last year, who was incredible, kind of came out of nowhere for them. He was the straw that mixed the drink for them, and they're missing that. And it's not just been at Alabama. We saw them already get blown out on the road in their first SEC road game at Texas A&M with Brady Cook out there at quarterback. So they're got more issues there than just a quarterback. They're missing what they did last year at the running back position.
I think I would yell the same thing that Drink does, because I think I would be a chump. I think if that happened to me, I would be like, oh, yeah, it's nothing. What did we get to our quarterback? I just thought that was hilarious. Even when I look back at Drink when he goes on the field with Heupel and is like, we stand on business. It was like, that was a weird time to say that, and he could beat you up. Like right then, that's what it felt like. Like he could beat you up if he wanted to right then. And I would Drink as a dude, like I really like. I love it. But sometimes I'm not so proud of what he says in the heat of the moment, much like me when I lose something. So Drink, though, did not come up traditionally. Do you think that's why he acts the way he does?
Oh, yeah. I think he's just got to do a better job of picking his spots when to say things like that. But, you know, last year, for example, when they went on that incredible run, won double-digit games, they went to Arkansas, blew Arkansas out. I went to that game because I had nothing going on that weekend and covered it. And I did a story on Drink because he was a high school coach, came through the high school ranks in Arkansas, and just 10 miles up the road, tried to go for a head coaching gig at Springdale High School and didn't get it. They didn't want to promote him from within. And so he was like, I think I'm just going to quit football and get out of it. Then a couple of years later, he jumped into college ball thanks to Gus Malzahn giving him like a GA gig. And here he is now. I think he's just kind of, he's built that way. He's built a little bit differently. He's been accustomed to people always doubting him and not giving him chances or whatever. So, yeah, I like that from him. It's especially much more entertaining when you're winning.
Yes.
I think Eli, we'll see what happens. You know where Eli, I think, would do very well at, not just coaching-wise, but also with the public persona he has? Florida. Can you imagine him at Florida and talking the way he does if they're recruiting very well and winning ball games? That could be a lot of fun.
I'll say it again. I love him, but he does stuff he does stuff that I would do, and sometimes I look back at me and I'm like, I wish I wouldn't have done that. But like, it's just those times when he just yells things that are so unconventional, where I'm like, oh man, people are gonna get you for that. But I'd have done the same thing. But I love Drink, and when I say that publicly, all the Arkansas fans are like, you're a sellout. Okay, let's move on to. I got a couple more games here that I watched because I watched a bunch. I thought Nebraska was going to beat Ohio State. They had them. After getting run by Indiana last week, I was like, this is the greatest Matt Rule bounce back in the history of bounce backs. Last possession, they threw a pick after Ohio State ran it down. But, I mean, what more than Ohio State winning? What does that say about Nebraska going to Ohio State after getting run by Indiana the week before? They did lose, but I think this is a big step forward in the program, and I hate moral victories, but I liked what I saw with Nebraska. Your thoughts?
I did too, and I think a lot of people are sick of giving the moral victories to Nebraska because they've lost so many one-possession games over the last 3 to 4 years, even before Matt Rule was there. But this did seem different, right? They held Ohio State to only 64 yards rushing, which should be their strength offensively. And Nebraska had 2 to 3 opportunities to actually win that game. I mean, they led in the fourth quarter. They got stood up near the goal line. This is a game that Nebraska maybe should have won. They were going to win it. It looked like they were in position to win it, and they just couldn't get over the hump. They always seemed to be 1 inch short in every single tight game. I don't know why, what it is, but this game felt different because they did it on the road, and they held the strength of Ohio State in that run game to 64 yards. I think that's something huge for them to build off of going down the stretch.
I'm going to ask you about one more game, and it's going to be the Oregon-Illinois game. I did not think that it would be the blowout that it is. I thought Oregon would win. Oregon just seems like that snowball who continues to roll and get bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, they almost lose And again, Boise State, beginning of the year, we probably did not respect how good they actually are, but they had a couple close games early on. It was over from the start. Like, they ran Illinois. So what does it say about both programs?
Well, Oregon, they had offensive line issues because of injuries and everything earlier in the year. They finally started figuring that out by week 3, getting healthy there. And their passing game is so creative. And from the standpoint of, they're not going to throw a lot of balls deep, but they do a lot of short game stuff. In fact, I think they went into this past game with the lowest average of passing yards against air, like at 6.5 yards. But their receivers are some of the best blockers in the country. They get guys open. They get them some running lanes when they catch the ball so short, and they can run upfield. Illinois, I don't think, has anything to worry about here. They're still very much a top 25 type team. It's just that they play their type of offense. They try to play keep away for you, and then also try to hit stuff up top. I think Illinois kind of got in a shell. They try to play keep away, but they never really went up top as much as they should have in the first half. They finally started doing that in the second half, but the game was already out of hand at that point. I thought Illinois was going to be able to dictate the tempo a little bit better on the road in this game and make it lower scoring. But when they didn't go up top early and Oregon was able to score on their first couple of drives, they kind of snowballed from there, as you put it. Oregon just kind of, when they get things going, there's really no way of stopping them.
Do you get to watch NFL on Sunday, or is the family like, all right, bro, you're maxed out. You Saturday'd up. It's with us now?
I don't watch the NFL really at all anymore. I haven't watched the NFL maybe a full game in like 6 years. Like, I know Detroit's good, and that's about it. Like, I used to use the NFL and the Red Zone network as my background noise on Sundays when I would work, and I'd look up and watch every now and again. But now I don't even have it on at all. I have no idea what's going on in the NFL.
I want to ask you, it's a semi-personal, professional question, and I know you'll be humble, so I'm going to ask you to limit your humbleness as much as you possibly can. I do think that you're by far my favorite collegiate writer. I feel like your career is starting to pop at a level that it hasn't yet. Do you feel that right now? Are you starting to feel a bit more in demand at what you know and how you express it? And are the interview requests coming in like hot and heavy?
I will say I'm getting bigger requests. I try to do everything I can possibly. I love what I do. I love talking about what I do. I love writing about everything. I love sharing stories. I love sharing other people's stories. And so I try to do everything. Like, if you got a small podcast, like I've done podcasts with kids, the teenagers that have maybe, 2-3 listeners, I don't know, but I'll go sit down and talk with them for an hour on their podcast. I just love doing what I do. And I also know that, like, for me, I was covering junior high boys and girls basketball 15 years ago. I just love doing it. I love seeing kids, whether it's in college or younger, just overcoming a lot of odds and doing things. I've told people like this at speaking engagements, I grew up in the state of Arkansas. I moved here. I wasn't like a football guy, but I moved close to Fayetteville, Arkansas. And my first year paying attention to them was in 1998, and they started winning games. And they went 8-0, and they were playing number 1 Tennessee, and I just like gravitated toward it. And like in a lot of ways, college football raised me in a lot of ways. I didn't have a father in home, and I started paying attention to it, and I started reading the newspaper and following these college kids who weren't much older than me, and how similar some of their backgrounds were to me. And I love seeing them doing good things, and I gravitated to that. And it's just been, this is an absolute pleasure. I'm in love with college football because of what it did for me, and now the platform it's provided me now to be able to share their stories, and hopefully that comes through. Hopefully my passion comes through, Bobby. I hope that's the case.
The passion's coming through, and it's like I'm watching like a tadpole turn into a little fish, and I was turning into this giant bat, and I'm like just so happy for you because like you're doing massive hits now, dude. I'm so happy for you. We'll have you on again next week. But really, you kill it. Are you doing Are you doing that podcast? Like,
yeah, every
promote
Monday.
That. You should promote that. Say something about it. That's what we're here for. Promote it.
Yeah, every Monday morning, 8:00 Central Time. It's the middle 8. I review the past week, and of course, looking forward to the upcoming games every Monday morning at 8 Central Time. You can go find it on YouTube. Go search for it.
But it's not just live, because I don't want people to watch it live because my show is on. So don't watch it live. But I'm saying they can hear it. It's up, right, when it's over.
Yeah, get anywhere you get podcasts too. You can find it. Just look for it. Middle 8.
Middle 8. I'm telling you, he is the best Brandon Marcello, good to talk to you. We'll talk to you again next week. Thank you for your time. And we're not one of those podcasts with 2 people. We literally have millions. I know you're like, I'm doing a charity. We're the kids to him. That's who he's talking about. We literally have millions of people to listen to this. We're very happy about it. We just don't want you to think we're like 7-year-olds you're donating your time to, Brandon.
Well, you're not. You're big time, Bobby.
Yeah.
I'm
That's what I wanted to hear.
Listen, I am incredibly surprised that I'm able to do stuff with you, Bobby. It's a pleasure, man.
Well,
Thank
Brandon,
you so much.
have a great day. I'm sure you have a full day, and we'll talk to you next week.
See you, man.
All right, Brandon Marcello, everybody. The Dwyane Wade statue is a disaster.
Oh, no.
It is a disaster. I've not seen as bad. Guys,
It doesn't look like him?
I'm going to do a mild flex
You
here.
haven't seen it yet?
No.
Mild flex.
Look it up quick while you're there.
The mildest of flexes. I've been to Italy a few times. I've been to Paris. I've seen statues that they made hundreds, thousands of years ago. Without the technology they have now to make statues, they are better than what this Dwyane Wade would.
Really?
It doesn't even look like
It looks
him.
nothing like him.
Nothing.
The only thing that looks like him is his mouth is open from that one picture they put up next to it.
Yeah.
But he looks like he's in pain or something. It
They
doesn't even look
unveiled
like
it.
my goodness.
How did someone not stop this
I don't know.
statue from being revealed?
He
Like
looks swollen.
one person should have been like,
It looks like he's defecating. He's like,
you know, Ron, maybe we don't do that on Tuesday. Yeah, maybe we it's bad.
So bad.
And then I tried to look at it from a few different pictures, meaning not just the official, because I thought maybe just the angle. No, it doesn't. It looks like an alien.
Yeah. It looks nothing like him. Like, take that Heat jersey off. How many you think you would
Right.
ever guess that? Absolutely.
I'm trying my best to make it look like him, and
Dude, me
I
too.
just can't do it.
And I had to find different pictures in the same way. I was like, I want to.
What? It looks like Thanos.
It does look like Thanos.
I feel bad for Dwyane Wade because obviously he
I
didn't.
know, he
get to
doesn't
see it.
deserve that.
I know.
He's a legend there.
He's
Yeah.
got to come back and be like, you guys.
He should
all right.
steal it himself.
And then replace it with a new one.
Well,
vandalize
just like
his own
they're like,
statue.
oh, I can't believe somebody stole my statue. Guess you got to make another one. God dang. Let's talk about Indiana for a second. Man, Cignetti's awesome.
Dang.
What I hope is, will you pull up their schedule, please?
Yep.
I know that they're going to have Ohio State maybe in 2 to 3 weeks, and that's going to be fun. They're 7-0, first time since I don't know. They made those Italian statues back in the day. I think since 68 or something. It's the first time they've been 7-0. I'm rooting for them.
8-0.
They're 8-0. Good. I think I root for them because of red. I like that.
You
I
like red.
Cignetti's awesome. For the record, I've been on the Cincinnati train for more than just the last few weeks.
You have maybe 3 weeks.
No, more than that. Maybe 4.
Okay, 4.
But what do they have?
They got Michigan State at Michigan State.
They're gonna. That's nothing.
Then against Michigan at home.
Okay, that should be something, but I think probably we feel good about that.
And then the big one at
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
I was watching an interview with Cignetti, the Indiana head coach, and they were talking about when he gets on his players, and I can't shake this from my mind. And he's like, if we're down at half, I'm cool. We go in and we're like, hey, here's just what we're not doing. Like, let's remember, this was our foundation getting into it. Left, right, back. He's like, it's cool. It's like we just need to readdress and feel good about what we're going to do and go out. He goes, if we're up by 30, I effing rip their heads off. Because that's when you all turn into little pussies.
Oh.
And, he was just, dude,
Oh,
he was
my.
going at it.
Really?
He was like, because that's when teams come back to beat us. He was like, that's when maybe he didn't say pussy, he said something else. But it felt like
Puss
that.
says.
Yeah, or like
Who says?
Pussyphonicus Rex.
Right.
The dinosaur. But that, I can't stop thinking about that. Because it's so counterintuitive to what you think it would be. Like, you really let them have it. Like, what are we doing? But it's like, no, if it's not right. By the way, I don't think, fact check this, I don't think they have ever not had the lead all year long. I don't think they've ever been behind.
I know they've won every game by at least 14.
Cool. Not what I said.
Interesting stat.
Yeah. I was messing with you. But I don't think they've ever been behind.
But isn't that tough though? As a player, you're like, God, we come in like, yeah, we're
But
up
that's
by 40,
why.
boys.
But that's why. That's exactly why.
But you almost got punished for playing really well.
Nope. I would say the two things are happening. And I've thought about this video since I've seen it. It will not leave my head. The two reasons. One, because that's when teams come back, right? That's when, if you're down, you're winning 18, 21, 24. Two, that's when you get hurt. If you're not going hard, that's when you get hurt. And he's like, we're not going to have it. So when I let them have it, it's when we're up. Because they are not to let up. I thought it's pretty awesome.
Pretty interesting. Never heard that before.
And he's in his 60s, but he's got like the energy of, he has more energy than I do.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
We're exhausted.
Like it's like I don't know 79 in here, and I'm like I'm so hot and tired. What do you see? Even if you can't, it doesn't matter.
I mean, yeah,
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But it looks like it.
An Indiana football fan had a. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. Had a brutal knee injury before his $100,000 kick. Did you guys see it? No. You know that? Did you see it?
Yeah.
You're nodding your head. Yes.
Yeah.
What
I
did you
saw it.
see?
I saw the one dude. He went for the practice kick, right?
That's exactly it. And tore his knee
and just
out.
absolutely just folded.
Wait,
Yeah.
the game day kid?
Yes.
Oh no.
It is. I felt so bad for him. $100,000 kick. An Indiana University football fan ruined his chances of winning $100,000. He tore his ACL warming up on the college game day Saturday morning kick.
Does it say how long that kick is?
33 yards.
Okay.
I
Every
mean,
time I watch it, I'm
that's
like,
what it is. I think you can FC me on that one too.
Fact check.
But he tore it, and he went down hard, didn't
It's
he?
nasty, man.
It was
Yep,
nasty.
33.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Reed, how you been doing, buddy?
I've been great, man. How have you been?
You
A little hot?
Yeah, I'm good.
You've heard him say that. Why are you
Yeah,
rubbing that
yeah.
in?
No, you can just literally. I'm asking about how you've been.
I've been good, man. You know, this weekend, I'm not going to lie, the new Call of Duty came out, so I played a little bit of Call of Duty.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah, I was playing some Call
You
of
got to
Duty.
get off that.
Dude, I love Call of Duty, man.
You got to get off Call
That's
of
my
Duty.
game. You want to talk about being competitive?
You're an adult,
Oh.
man. You
I'll
need
be
to play
competitive,
NCAA
Connor.
football with us.
I am playing that too, though.
You are. You suck, though.
I know. That's why it's not fun sometimes.
You said that there's no dog in Reed. It's because you haven't
No, he
played
hasn't.
Call of Duty.
No, he hasn't. Reed has no dog.
Hey,
in him.
Call of Duty's a different thing, man.
Reed has no dog. Like Reed has a really loving kitty cat in there,
Oh, what?
but he has no dog, and I can get to that in a second. We need a break one more time or no?
Yeah.
All right, break. All right. Two things I want to mention. Number one, Eddie's mom.
Oh,
Whoa, back off.
wee.
Hey, man.
Hey.
Too soon.
Not getting on her.
Oh.
Too soon, man.
Is she worried about you?
She is worried about me. She's a little concerned about me.
But has she seen you?
Oh, she's seen me.
Does she see anything different?
So she's been with us, living at the house for about 3 weeks, and we go work out.
Which, by the way, Eddie's dad died, sadly, so
Yes.
his mom is staying with him for a while now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I was like, too soon, man. Let's leave my mom alone.
Yeah. Wasn't hitting on him. Bringing up a story.
But my mom was like, son, she calls me mijo, you've been like, you walk around like you're hurting all day. And I'm like, oh mom, I'm just sore. Sore from what? She's like, I was like, working out. Like me and Bobby, we work out, like serious workout stuff. I'm just sore every day. She's like, that's not good for you. So we weren't raised this way. Like I wasn't raised to work out. I was raised to eat rice and beans, tacos, with a large Coke.
Interesting perspective. Did not think-
Burritos.
I like where you're going, though. I did not think you were going to go here.
We didn't work out.
Got it.
And so we were never sore. So my mom now is like, this whole thing that you're doing, going to work out with Bobby, coming back, you can't even walk up the stairs without grunting every step. It's not good for you.
Well, it also shouldn't be every step grunting. But I will say that where Eddie has started to get, because I would say there was a time where Eddie had no dog in him. Eddie has developed a dog.
Yeah.
Eddie,
I got a dog.
Eddie works out hard. Eddie doesn't make a whole lot of excuses when working out.
Well, Buzz, like I say, if I'm going to be there, I'm going to go 100% while I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go there and make excuses like undercooked salmon or anything like
Dude.
that.
I've made 2 excuses.
No, you
the whole
make a
time.
lot, though.
No, when was the last time?
Hold on, we'll get back to reading this.
Yeah.
For God's sakes.
But Eddie also the most fun guy to be around. He's extremely pleasant. Like people love to be around Eddie.
But
But
when the dog comes out,
with that comes a lot of like just Eddie's type of personality often isn't type A when it comes to things like going hard or work, like dedicating himself and having like drive.
well, I am more of a like it is what it is kind of. Like go with the
Absolutely.
flow. Go with the flow kind of
And
guy.
I'm not. This is a personality trait. I'm not saying he's lazy.
Yeah, I know.
This is a personality trait, right?
Yeah.
But some of that is I've watched it develop differently in him, where he does have a bit of a dog. A Pomeranian. Still a dog.
Little dog.
But I think Pomeranian can eat and grow, and it has been.
And bite.
And you look strong.
Thank you, man.
Your shoulders are strong. He's like some of the stuff he does the same weight as me, which he used to not by far.
I'm about 10 pounds off you.
No, but sometimes it's no. I don't. I want you to give the. Sometimes you do the same as me. Not all the time, but occasionally.
Rarely.
No, but no, I don't even want you to downplay it. You've gotten so much stronger, and
Thank
it's
you, man.
awesome to see.
Thank you.
And he's got the dog in him a little bit.
Good.
Even he came to play pickleball the other day. He's got a little bit of dog in him. Where Reed, dude, it's a ferret. It ain't even a cat.
Wow.
But you are so loving,
Oh,
and you
thanks.
care so much,
I appreciate that.
and you're very sensitive.
I am sensitive.
I mean, listen to you.
You had, but your strengths are also your weaknesses, are also your strengths. Someone that meets you would be like, I love Reed.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Thanks, man.
I love you too.
You
Reed.
are the best to be around. You are so kind.
Man, thanks.
You have no dog in you, though.
Yeah.
And that dog, though, can actually make you a bad person sometimes, like me.
Yes.
I turn into a bad person sometimes because I just want to kill you. Not you in general, but anybody ever. So Reed has no dog. Eddie has a dog, and I'm glad.
Little bitty dog.
I'm glad that Eddie, though, phrased it like, "Oh, she doesn't understand we're working out," instead of like, "Maybe I am working too hard," because I was.
No.
Oh,
That's not where he went.
that's
No,
good.
She
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
she really just doesn't understand that life. Like, why would you go voluntarily to someone's house and work out, and it's gonna make you feel like that? I'm like, yeah, Mom, but look at this. And I showed her my
What do you
bicep.
call her? You say,
No,
Madre.
no, I call her.
Hey.
No, Kevin, I call her mom.
oh, okay.
Yeah, racist.
Yeah, I call her mom just like you.
Hey,
All right, all right,
Hey,
all right.
freaking Raisin.
Gosh.
Eddie's like, yeah, she calls me Mijo. And then Kevin's like, is it no, I can't believe you. So,
Yeah.
that's good.
Hey, how about our game though? How much fun was that?
Okay, I'd like to say a couple things.
Yeah.
So I have
awesome.
to end the show, we will do new pickleball ratings based on.
Oh no. No way.
Wait,
Okay.
everybody
Just
relax.
listen.
Based on Ross came over yesterday and we played some one-on-ones. I gave Ross no, I don't give anybody lessons, but Ross, because I'm not good enough to give lessons. But Ross is like, hey, what do you do here? What do you do here? And so I showed him exactly how to beat me, and we played like 9 games. He did beat me one game.
Do I know Ross?
Ross Copperman, he said got 40 number ones.
Mm-mm.
Songwriter.
Okay, I don't think we've ever met. Okay.
He did beat me.
Great guy.
He did beat me.
He
He
beat
did-
you yesterday?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like the first 5 points or so, I was kind of, but then he did. I'm gonna say he did beat me. But my whole goal was I was trying to show him how to beat me so he could beat you guys.
Okay.
So it was one of those.
That's
but,
tough because you showed him how to beat you.
but then the next 2 games I beat him 11-0, 11-1, 11-0.
Oh, okay.
But he did. If it were actually on the scoreboard, he would have a. He'd
dub
have
against you?
Yeah, he for sure would. So, how many people's in the league here?
Oh no, you're right.
Casey, did you play pickleball?
I've never played.
Okay,
I
then
said
shut-
I played tennis though.
Casey,
so-
then shut up.
Yeah. Jeez.
Well, if you're a tennis player, you can probably play.
Eddie, I told Casey to shut up.
Oh, shut up, Casey.
Yeah, shut up, Casey. No, Casey, you
Mijo.
can come over at some point and get in. But right now, you didn't cut the mustard.
make
Number
power rankings.
number 1.
Bobby.
Number 1 is me.
That's you.
Now I don't think I'll be number 1 forever. I've had a pretty good run. Right now, I'm feeling pretty good with my game.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't. Mine is all ball placement. It is not knocking the ball past people. It is not power game. It is ball placement and getting to the ball
You have ball placement precision though.
Yeah.
most of the time.
It's pretty impressive.
Kevin, what would you say about my game?
I would say, yeah, the ball placement's number 1. You know how to make, whether it's me, George, Reed, Eddie, run from side to side. And it seems like you're back there just chilling, like, oh, here, I'll send him over here. I'll
Yes.
send him over here. And that's hard.
Number 1, me. Number 2, George. George Burge, country star. Although I did beat him, we play 7s if we're all there. I did beat him 7-0.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
7-2, 7-0 is when I beat him.
wow.
He's an athlete.
But George is really good, and George at any point is going to be able to beat me occasionally.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah.
George is a better player than I am. I just am having to out-strategize him
Mhm.
because he's a better player than I am.
Yeah. Naturally.
Yes, he
Yeah.
played tennis. He was number 1 tennis
Yeah.
player back in the day.
Yep.
So George is at 2. This is where it starts to get tricky
Mm.
because at 7 is Reed.
Oh, we're jumping down to 7.
I have
Got
to because he's the worst.
Got it.
Dang.
He has no dog in him.
Yeah, he's not even cat. You said ferret. I think you said.
True.
He's got
You
ferret.
know
in
what?
him.
Screw it. Goldfish. You barely got a goldfish.
Someone needs to
in you.
punch me in the face.
No. 'cause
This
we-
is all
no.
internal, Reed.
Right, yes, because we love you.
He's got. What'd you say? Goldfish.
Goldfish in him.
You got goldfish in you, man.
This is what I want to say about Reed. As soon as he gets a little bit tired, he gives up.
Yeah, he does.
Where if I get tired, dude, let's turn my head around over the top. Like I feel like I can grind people out. If I'm tired, I know you're as tired or more because I'm in better shape than you. This is anybody. It's how I feel in my head. and it doesn't matter. I have an edge on you, and I'm going to grind you to the ground. So, Reed, you're at 7.
All right. Lucky 7, baby.
So you just took it like a goldfish.
I don't even know if we have 7 players in the league.
I was going to say, I thought we had like 5.
Well, no,
the other
we
day.
I have 5, and I'm still
that's
7.
fitting then. He's 7-7. Way back there.
Number 6 is question marks.
Oh, my God.
And Reed is 7. Okay. Number 3 in the league is Ross.
Oh,
Oh, because he just beat you. Yeah.
No.
Well.
Honestly, I'm just being honest that he has a win under his belt. I could have crushed him.
Okay.
I mean,
But he did beat you. So
yeah, so he
yeah.
no, none of that. I think he's better than everybody. He has a bit of a tennis background. He's a good athlete. He plays smart. I'm putting Ross at 3. Now we have Kevin and Eddie.
This is huge.
And we can even put Klug in this because Klug plays
yeah,
some.
Sure.
I'm-
Now his rank's been dropped a little bit
I'm
because he's
putting-
injured.
Yeah, I'm going to put Klug at 6.
okay.
Because he's injured.
Yes, because if Klug weren't at 6, I may put him at 3. So where it comes to is 4 and 5.
Mhm.
And now I've played a couple of times. And so Eddie and I played George and Ross in doubles.
Which was tough. So it was me and Bones, and like, man, the pressure of being on Bones' team.
There's no
'Cause-
pressure.
No.
I'm not hard against you.
Listen.
Am I hard against you?
No. The pressure comes from you win. Like, you're number 1.
But am
You're
I supportive as a teammate?
Very.
Okay.
But you are ranked number 1. You are clearly the best player out of all of us. So if we lose, automatically, it's on me. And that's a lot of pressure.
Not always accurate, but I can understand his logic.
It's me, though.
I understand his logic. So we lost the first one. They beat us pretty bad. They may have beat us twice before the last game because I think we played like a fun game just for fun, but they still won. Then they won one. Then we played the last one, and we beat them. And it was good. We handled them.
Really?
Yeah,
Dude, it was awesome.
we handled them.
It was awesome.
So much so that Eddie texts me like 3 hours later and goes, "I can't stop thinking about that win."
I mean, I'm still.
Wait, you lost twice, but you won
No,
one.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Okay,
that's
okay,
my
okay.
first win, though.
Just making
that's,
sure.
That's my first win on the court.
And the first,
Ever.
the
No, it's
first
not.
game, yeah, I think
Kevin,
so.
I've only played 4 times.
Well, so is Kevin.
3 times.
3 times.
Have you won?
Oh, well, the first time I played, we didn't lose.
Yeah, we didn't lose at all.
We went like 5-0.
Kevin and I just whooped everybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. The first game, though, that Eddie and I played against him was mostly just an exhibition to 11 just to get everybody loose. So we probably went 1-1. So the first, whatever. At 4, and I had to think about this a little bit. At 4, and there's a pretty decent separator between the two.
Woo!
At 4,
Go ahead and say it.
That changes everything for
Go ahead
you?
and say it.
at 4 is Kevin.
Woo!
Now, no offense. I think you're
Pretty
climbing.
big separator,
I
he
think,
said.
I think you're climbing. And I think you're getting better. Kevin naturally is a better athlete than even myself. He's a college ball player, better athlete.
Where was that?
Humboldt State.
Never heard of it.
Is that real?
Alex Kappa plays for the Bengals. He
Never
played
heard
there.
of it.
I'm starting to think maybe he wasn't a ball player.
Humble State.
Humboldt State,
I've
the
heard
weed
of it.
capital of America.
He moves like an athlete, and what Kevin does is he keeps the freaking thing in play all the time and makes you mess up.
Let's go, Kev.
That's right. Thanks, Casey.
That's
Thanks,
the
Casey.
only thing that separates.
Casey just wants in.
He's coming for that 5 spot.
Go, baby. I'm ready.
World pickleball ratings as of right now. World meeting at my house.
the world.
Bobby, George, Ross, Kevin,
All right.
and Kevin and Ross.
I need to.
You have a chance to take up over 3.
Yep. Let me know when Ross is coming back.
Eddie, Klug, and Reed. And Eddie made a jump. I would say Eddie made a jump. Eddie got a
Nice.
lot better this last time that we played.
Nice.
Klug isn't going to like that list.
He's hurt.
But he's hurt. He's got to
What's-
understand.
what-
got to understand.
What's hurt on him?
His knee?
His
He
knee.
played college football.
Yeah.
Everything hurts.
Yeah. I feel that.
But him and I used to play singles, and then he hurt himself. And he's quick.
When he's healthy, he's
he moves.
fast.
He moves fast.
I believe that. I mean, didn't he play safety?
No, linebacker.
Did he play linebacker? Okay, I was gonna say. Big
Okay.
boy. Do you have? Question.
Yeah.
Do you have a belt now?
Yeah, championship belt. It says Bones Court.
Have you always had that?
I only brought it out once it started to get a little competitive. 'cause
Okay.
I, like it.
I saw that the other day and I had FOMO.
Yeah.
Well, there's no FOMO. Go win it.
That's what I'm saying.
You won.
He
I
couldn't,
haven't-
he
I
couldn't
haven't
get
even
there. He
seen
had
that
to go on
belt.
a trip.
Yeah.
And to go this
I saw
girlfriend.
that.
My mom was in town.
Oh, that.
Oh, tu madre?
Madre.
Yeah, okay.
Guys, I will not have
That's
racism.
me.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
I will not have racism on this show.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
Okay, that's what's up. NFL wise, real quick, we'll do a 1 minute recap. Although I don't really feel like anything happened that we didn't mention already. Eagles beat the Bengals, but Eagles look pretty good. So they're now something in the NFC East. You can, if you disagree with anything I say, stop me. That Ravens-Browns game we talked about. Ravens. Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go, Jameis. It's not even about the Ravens being bad. Let's be honest. The headline is Jameis is awesome. Lions. The Titans don't even have a team.
They're bad.
I think they just pulled like the high school kids from here to play. The
Here in
Lions.
Nashville.
What's funny was like 14-14 in the
It
first
was
quarter.
actually tight.
You're
Yeah.
like, what? And then
Yeah.
boom.
Didn't even turn it on, so I didn't know that. All I saw was the score because I'm like, I'm not watching this. I don't like to watch like when in a movie when someone like cuts an arm off or it gets bloody. So that's the same thing I thought that game was gonna be. I didn't want to watch that crap. The Cardinals beat the Dolphins on. I watched it on a game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
Tua played pretty good.
Yeah.
Tua played pretty.
They started off good and then just kind of.
Tua, for a guy that has 19 concussions this week, I think Tua will make the difference though in them actually winning some games. I think they do have a chance to make the playoffs. What's the record now?
2-5, 6.
Maybe I don't, but I still think I do.
I realize they've only won 2.
I think with Tua back, I think they're gonna win more than they're gonna lose. But I didn't realize if they're 2-6,
Yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
2-5.
They played the Patriots a couple times.
They
No,
already,
no offense.
no, I
Especially
know
now,
that's
man.
fine.
Didn't play the Jets yet.
They already beat the Patriots once and they can play them again.
Okay, that's gonna be tough. Patriots beat the Jets. Haha. Sorry, Casey. Not for you. That was not for you, Casey.
Bobby.
You might as well root for a good draft pick at this point.
Yeah, but you know what's going to happen is that
They're
we're
gonna
going
win
to
some
somehow
games, yes.
win this Houston game or whatever. Yeah, it's
On a
just,
short
Well,
week.
okay, let's not kid ourselves. No, they're not. They're not going to win.
well, I mean, what's his name went out? Diggs.
They're not-
So
that's
it's only
true.
Tank Dell and Stroud.
So, but when isn't it about time though for old boy to come
Nico?
off the IR?
Is he coming back soon? I wasn't sure.
Because it's 4
Nico?
weeks and
Yeah.
it should be about 4 weeks. I'm
Yeah.
not sure when he's coming back,
Yeah.
but it should be about 4 weeks. Falcons and Bucks. Baker had a good day. Falcons win. That's a fun little division there. Packers beat Jaguars. Jaguars were in that game.
Yeah.
Like I watched that. I watched a lot of that. They were in that game. That they kicked a field goal, right? Packers kicked the field goal with the guy that was kicked off the other team last year.
Yes.
Am I right about that?
Yeah. McManus.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like he got kicked off a team and okay.
Well, Jordan Love was out for a little bit.
Yeah, he got hurt.
Yeah.
Christian Kirk got hurt too.
But Titans guy,
Yes. Malik
he
Willis.
came in and played
He
his
did come
first
in.
possession, threw a touchdown, didn't
Yep,
he?
played awesome.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Texans beat the Colts. Diggs
What's
left
up
with
with
the injury.
Anthony Richardson?
I don't know,
Remember
he
that whole thing?
tapped out.
Yeah.
He
He just
went
said he was
down.
tired. That's all he said in the press conference.
Yeah, I get that.
He's like, I
I'm
ran
tired
around.
right
He's
now.
like, I was running around a lot in the third quarter. I had to step one out. He's 22 years old.
I don't think he was being honest.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that
So
makes
I
more
saw
sense.
the play because it looked like his leg. I don't know if you saw the play.
Yeah,
he
his
went
ankle
down.
or
It did kinda-
Whatever
yeah.
it was,
Yeah.
it kind of.
Something happened. Yeah.
And I don't think he wants to say he was injured again.
Yeah.
Because
So you
he-
said I'm tired.
And this is all spec. Yes, this is what Aaron Rodgers should do in a way. Like, whatever the reality is, make it so the big thing doesn't become the big thing. Where it's like if he's injured again, that's all everybody's gonna say. Like, dude can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Instead, he'll probably just take the lumps for being tired, for being 22, and that goes away in a week.
Yeah.
So I don't know that that's true, but when he went down, and his leg got stretched out like that, I was like, oh god. And then he tapped, and then but he came back.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chargers beat the Saints. I have no idea who the Chargers are. I have no idea who the Chargers are.
And who was the quarterback of the Saints? Spencer Rattler?
I have no idea who the Chargers are.
And then they did bring in Rayner from Fresno State.
Kane Brown?
Kane Brown.
Came Brown.
Kane Brown came out and played a little bit.
Mississippi too. Mississippi.
Bills beat the Seahawks. James Cook had a heck of a day. Broncos beat the Panthers. Bo Nix 3 touchdowns. Panthers suck. Even Sean Payton's press conference after it, he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna play better offenses."
Your boy Bryce came back though.
He did, and he had like 250 or something.
That
Couple
wasn't bad.
touchdowns, a couple interceptions.
That was
But he did, right? Didn't he have like 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions?
I know you had interception.
I could be wrong on that.
Yeah.
Chiefs beat the Raiders. Raiders had chances. Chiefs still undefeated. Kermit wins.
Kermit. We won.
But that was the whole game. Remember the Raiders preseason were like, Patrick Mahomes is Kermit the Kermit doll.
Who said
Oh
that?
yeah.
The Raiders
Yeah.
like trolled him online or something.
Yeah,
like
and there were
that.
people dressed in the stands as Kermit.
Oh my gosh.
Don't troll Mahomes. Here's what I say about Mahomes. What I like about Mahomes. He's only being the quarterback he has to be.
Right.
He's not playing ego quarterback. Because if it were me, I would still be like trick plays, chunking balls, trying to. He's not. He's just being the quarterback he needs to be with that great defense. It's pretty cool to see him play quarterback that selfless when he's the best.
Does this remind? I know it's the Chiefs, so they've won a couple Super Bowls back to back. But remember the Eagles last year? They were undefeated, and you're like, how are they still undefeated?
I don't feel that way about the Chiefs though because they've won two.
I know.
They've won two in a row and multiple Super Bowls.
That's how I felt about Minnesota.
Yeah.
Okay,
this year.
maybe that's more
Now they've
comparable
lost 2
than.
in a row.
or
I'm
the
just saying.
Steelers when the Steelers did
Yeah.
it last year
Yeah, and you're just like waiting for the train to fall
or
off.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever
Yeah.
the
It
Steelers
was-
did that, maybe
yeah.
2 years ago. And then the Commanders and Bears, which was crazy. That was awesome. Hilarious. You know, I read like 18 people. I think McAfee said it, then 18 people tried to steal it. But it was like, that guy's going to have a rough day in the film room tomorrow. And then you saw everybody thinking they were right. They would just write that and think they'd get a bunch of thumbs ups on it. All right, that's it. Thank you. Thanks to Brandon Marcello. And on the show later on this week, we will have Notre Dame. We finally got him.
Mr. Notre Dame.
Do you know his name?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pull up that graphic quick.
Don't pull up the graphic.
His
Who's the
name.
Notre Dame head coach?
God, I changed the name on it.
Reed, who's the Notre Dame head coach?
Marcus Freeman.
He created the graphic.
Well,
yeah.
you have it though. You just said.
There you go, Marcus Freeman. There he
There
is.
it is. All right, you guys have a great day. We will.
Whoa, hold on. The bear story.
Oh,
we hear that next time?
Oh,
No, I don't want to do that because we screwed you guys on Oregon a couple times.
Okay.
So my in-laws came to town for one
Pull the
night.
music down.
That's good.
That's perfect.
I swear to God, this is all true. I have the video to prove it. There's no exaggeration. Sometimes on these shows, we have to like turn ourselves up to 11. Even though we feel that way, we got to be a little over the top because it's not interesting otherwise. I'm not doing that. No hyperbole. My in-laws came to town for one night because they were driving through the mountains, the old Smoky Mountains
I heard
on
of
the
them.
right.
Hmm.
They go to the Smoky Mountains and they get there and they send us a video. They open their door to take their bags to go inside the cabin, and then somebody starts to go, oh my God, and the doors open. They start recording with their phone. 3 bears got in their car.
3?
So
Bones, 3 little bears.
no, not little.
Wait.
Not pigs, man.
I have.
Right.
They huffed and they puffed.
Oh no.
I am not kidding.
Wow.
The first bear comes out and it's a tiny bear. The second bear comes out, it's like a middle bear. Third bear's huge.
Oh my goodness.
These bears, as soon as the car doors open, they get in there. They ate like 2 granola bars, a bunch of cough drops. There's slobber everywhere in the car. I have the video. It's unbelievable.
You know, they're lucky because usually those bears just
Just tear
tear
it up.
that car
They
apart.
said they left their doors open to take their bags into the house. They were not for 5 minutes. Those bears are like waiting. Boom, pound. 3 bears in the
wow,
SUV.
That's crazy.
Wild. There's your bear story.
Thank you, man. That was worth it.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I can show you the video too. All right, there you go. Blow the whistle, Eddie.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you all. If you heard that drip, drip, drip during the show, that's a sweat hitting the microphone
So hot.
because it's so freaking hot in here. But you know what? We suffered. We persevered.
We did.
This is it. Give us an Emmy or a Grammy,
Whatever.
Golden Globe,
Or a Heisman.
freaking Heisman. That's what we want. All right, we'll see you guys next time.